Okay, lecture number 21. And I said to you before, this was my favorite because this is about failure. And failure is an act or an instance of failing or proving unsuccessful or lack of success. And failure is most of the time a creativity killer, but only because you let it be that way. Let me ask you this. Do you know the number one reason why people fail? The number one reason. Not because they didn't have enough money, not because they didn't have enough product or what it is, whatever it is. It's because they listen to negative people. Don't listen to anyone that says you can't do something, regardless of who they are. You know, families and friends do this all the time. And some because they don't want you to change. They like the person you are, and maybe for a bad reason, not a good reason. And some because they're actually jealous of you. They don't want to see you do better than them. See, failure is a process that every successful person has to go through. And yeah, it may trip you up for a few days, but it's never the end of the world. Think about that. Let me tell you this. This has already been proven too. That if you took someone, very, very rich, well, self-made person, and took every dime they have and put them out on the street with the homeless, you want to know something? Within a year, almost every one of them would be rich again. And you're probably saying, well, how? Ideas. That's right. Most, if not all of the rich are good at coming up with ideas. And I have news for you. Ideas are the new money, the new currency, no matter where you live on this planet. Those that know how to handle failures are ones that recover the best, and this should not be something that you should use as an excuse. If it is, you better start learning how to ignore it or spend your life the way it is. Ideas always have been and always will be the solution to all of our problems. Think about that. You only fail when you stop trying. Now, failure is one, if not the most painful emotions most people will ever deal with. And failure has taken down more smart, intelligent people down to their knees, even to the point of taking their own lives. But let me tell you something about failure that I never thought about ever, and now I believe and firmly have dealt with it now. Failure is the one thing that makes you stronger. It builds your character. It shapes the successful mind more than anything else out there. Accept and respect this horror of an emotion and accept it as a step forward and not backwards. That's how you have to look at it. Every successful person has had to deal with failures. And those that were taught or knew this was the next step, they're living their dream. Those that didn't deal with it properly, they are the failure because they gave up and they accepted this was the best they would get out of life. I have failed at more things in my life than anyone I've ever met or known. And yes, it hurts. It did. And it was embarrassing. But I'm a persistent son of a gun. And I just kept trying and kept trying. And to the average person, I was too stupid to know any better. Well, it may have taken a while, but I can proudly say, with a little waste of my time, ha, ha. And then I'll see you in lecture number 22, folks.